So, while The Economist is finding new ways to get its news and its analysis to their customers, our next presenter is fundamentally changing the way our entertainment is made. We first met our next speaker right here in Hong Kong a couple of years ago at the OpenStack Summit. He was up on stage talking about how he was using OpenStack and Rackspace, and our ears perked up when we heard the name Rackspace. So we were excited to talk to him right afterwards. But since then, his company has been using more and more of Rackspace services. The company is called Digital Film Tree, and they're solving how to change the entertainment industry. And for that, let me just show you a video to give you more detail.
Digital Film Tree is a full-service post-production facility doing online, color, all forms of video finishing for Warner Brothers, Fox, ABC Studios, Disney, all the major studios, all the major networks. Digital Film Tree is really trying to move the media industry forward in terms of technology and really try to push it into a cloud-based post-production world. So really what we're trying to solve is accessibility. The ability to shoot a show wherever in the world that show calls for, but still accomplish finishing in an efficient manner. We've really attempted to get away from all forms of physical transportation, shipping drives, shipping media, shipping DVDs, and really put the entire process into the cloud. Digital Film Tree is doing a number of shows that shoot upwards of 20, 30 terabytes of video each and every day. And often there's 8 days of shooting on an hour-long drama. 22 episodes, that's 160 days of shooting or more. We're talking about petabytes of material that we're dealing with. All of that is being made more efficient by scalable cloud storage. We were originally email customers with Rackspace. I am still proud to say that. And we enjoyed the level of support we got from Rackspace. As we grew our software business, it was a natural choice to host those applications and host that material with the Rackspace support we had come to trust. In 2012, we discovered OpenStack. It was natural for us to progress our relationship, progress our development in OpenStack, and obviously Rackspace being a large proponent of OpenStack, it was once again natural for us to partner and move forward. Rackspace has been not only a reason why we're growing and being successful, but I would say a partner at every stage of that growth.
Okay, well, please welcome the CTO of Digital Film Tree, Guillaume Aubuchon.
Thank you very much, John.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Great to be here. As of yesterday, I've been married for 2 months. But today, thank you. But today, I'm here to talk about my first marriage. And that was to Rackspace. That's how important that relationship is. It's like a marriage. So we've really been utilizing Rackspace for 4 or 5, almost 6 years. And like I say in the video, we started out as an email customer. And just to get into a little bit about who we are, we really touch every part of the television and film finishing and distribution process. So we do editorial, we do visual effects, we do conform, we do color correction, and we really touch everything from pre-production on a TV show or film all the way to distribution and now cloud distribution. And about 4 years ago, we started to grow our software business as well, our software development and our software consulting business. And that was largely due to us needing to customize workflows for TV and film and build software to support those workflows. So really transitioning as a company, both as a traditional company in terms of services, post-production services for TV and film, and as a progressive company developing applications, which I'll show you in a second. So what really sort of drove us to cloud was this huge growth in content that we're seeing right now. We're producing more content in TV and film than ever before in history, and all around the world. So these are just some simple statistics of what we're seeing in terms of production growth around the world, including Asia. 64% growth in either content being produced for Asia or American content being produced in Asia. So huge amounts of growth. And we have shows that shoot 20, 30 terabytes of material a day. And really for us, it was all based on FedEx before. It was all based on physical transportation. And that really needed to change with this amount of growth in content. So starting about 4 years ago, we really started to push our clients towards a methodology of cloud-based production. So shoot the show where you need to shoot the show anywhere in the world, and we'll find a data center and a partner to bring that footage in, manipulate that footage, transcode that footage, and transport that footage anywhere in the world where you need to collaborate with people. And for us, that really became Rackspace worldwide. And I'll explain a bit more in a second why it was Rackspace. So why did we choose Rackspace? Well, there's 4 main reasons. So one is support. We're all talking about fanatical support today. And when I say it's like a marriage with Rackspace, I really mean it's like a marriage with Rackspace. They know me, I know them. It's a beautiful thing. So the support is key. The fact that I can get in touch with somebody 24 hours a day, when I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning on a pilot that needs to deliver that day, a TV show that needs to deliver that day, and I can get a hold of somebody, and they not only understand what I do, which is application proficiency and workflow proficiency, they understand what I do, they understand the application I build, they're willing to get into my application. Even if I mess something up in my own application, Rackspace will help support and fix that problem. And another key component to why we chose Rackspace was OpenStack. So OpenStack is becoming key in media and entertainment because it's this open source playground where nobody has a vested stake, it's not proprietary. So OpenStack is really becoming key to what we do day in and day out. And this is all based around that fanatical support. And it truly is fanatical. And I exist in a crazy business with crazy deadlines, a 24/7 business. It's like being a doctor, but far less important. So it's really key to me that I can get a hold of somebody who's really going to follow through with that issue. So it's not just about support, it's about follow through. It's about transparency. It's about letting me know what is going on in the current situation so that I can communicate that to my clientele. So that's really key with Rackspace for us. So over the past year, produced quite a bit on Rackspace, Undateable, Rush Hour, which has yet to premiere, very funny TV show based on the films, Simpsons, Modern Family, all these shows produced on top of Rackspace, touching almost every piece of Rackspace. So using it for visual effects rendering and compute, using it for email services, using it to host our collaborative application, which I'll show you in a second, Critique. So touching every aspect of these films. And I'd like to show you a little reel of what we've done on Rackspace over the past year.
I must admit, I can't explain
So all that content produced in conjunction with Rackspace as a partner. Been a big year for cloud production, a really key year for us. In fact, one of the points that seems to be people perceive as a sore point, but it's actually a good point, is the Sony Hack. So I'd like to talk about that for a second. So the Sony Hack was actually great for us. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, it was very bad. But it was great for one reason, which is that Hollywood studios finally realized that they needed to look to public cloud providers to support their cloud initiatives, that it wasn't up to them, and the best security practices weren't born out of studios controlling their own clouds. They really needed a partner like Rackspace who is constantly watching their back in terms of security. So really it's been a big shift this year towards the cloud and towards cloud production. So a lot of what we do is not only cloud production and cloud transport, but it's also pushing that into the mobile space. So the consumer and the professional are becoming one. They're truly becoming the prosumer. So we have producers and directors and editors and writers who expect, no matter where their content is being produced, that they have instant access to that content for review and for editorial purposes. So really, we're trying to provide, what we consider the 4 tenets of cloud production to all of our productions. So access everywhere, instant access to that content, logged access to that content, and encrypted and secure access to that content. So really giving them the same thing they would have with their baby videos, but with their professional content. So right now I'd like to show you a little bit of Critique, which is our video collaboration tool that runs entirely on top of Rackspace infrastructure. So we will switch over to the iPad. And so this is an iPhone application. It streams video directly from cloud files, which is why there's so little buffering. So if you can just tap to play, take a look at, this is Modern Family. And we can pause here and hit the plus button to add some drawing. Make a little note here, circle a piece of video, maybe add a comment about what we want to do. So as soon as this annotation's saved, it's pushed to everybody else who has access to this video. So all on top of Rackspace infrastructure, really providing a level of collaboration, a level of worldwide collaboration on top of these TV shows that hadn't really existed before. It took days and days to get cuts back and forth and so on. So really adding to the efficiency of that. So in order to power all of this, if we can go back to the slides for a second. So in order to power all this on mobility, we're really pushing all of that metadata around the video into the cloud. So audio assets, video assets, subjective metadata, technical metadata, all pushing this into one place in the cloud. So for us, it's not only just about delivering video, delivering streaming content, the collaborative process, it's also about big data and mining data off of this video and making it worthwhile to the end customer, to our clients. And really, we use a whole host of Rackspace technologies to power all of this. Cloud servers, block storage, Mailgun. We tried to roll our own email server. What a disaster that was. Object Rocket. We use Object Rocket for Redis, MongoDB, which powers Critique and all the unstructured data that comes into Critique, and Elasticsearch to make sense out of that data. Cloud files, CDN worldwide. We have clients worldwide that need to stream videos, so we really were looking for a CDN partner that made it easy for us to integrate, but delivered a large footprint in cloud files was that for us. And monitoring. I mean, Rackspace is a tremendous monitoring partner in terms of us not having to worry about DevOps and really push that management piece off to Rackspace. So really, we use everything that Rackspace offers. They come up with something new, we buy it. That's true. So, just a little bit about our metadata workflow and to touch a little bit on how we're sort of tapping into big data, which I agree is an overused term that means nothing. But the key element of that, which is that people need to run analytics on top of data, is true of every industry. So we start on set, and we capture that metadata coming right off of the camera, and we carry that through dailies and to the conform process that sort of narrows down the footage that's going to end up in the actual finished product. We carry that through with color grading, and then finally to delivery. So to touch on delivery a little bit and why metadata is so important, we're distributing via cloud. And increasingly, there's this package called IMF. And IMF basically means it's video with a lot of metadata wrapped around it, because when you're a cloud consumer of content, you just don't want just a video. You want to know where it was shot. You want to know all these pieces around it. So really delivering that metadata and that analytics back to the studio is increasing their ROI on that content. It's really making that content that much more valuable. So what we're doing here with predominantly Elasticsearch and Object Rocket is really taking search optimization and adding it to all this unstructured production metadata to deliver an analysis, analytics, and ultimately a package of information that makes that video content that much more valuable. And that's really what big data is for us, is increasing the value of that video content. So really driving home the need to capture data very early in the production process and then make it valuable throughout the entire life cycle of that video. So just a quick analysis. There was so little analytics in the media and entertainment industry. I mean, was like the wild, wild west. There was no measures of efficiency of something simple as how much did you shoot? How much of that material actually ended up in the finished product? And how much of that was usable? So we're finally delivering back these sort of big data analytics back to our customers and providing not only an ROI, but an additional value add in terms of efficiency and reporting. So really tremendous what we've done with Rackspace. I'm so happy to be here, and I love our relationship with Rackspace, and we wouldn't be the company we are today without them. So thank you very much for your time.